Well, hello, hello, hello. It's been a little while. I've had another hell of a week. I had medical thing, nothing major, but a tooth that I had to have work on, and then I had, which it's antibiotics, which tear my stomach up, and then yeah, that kind of put me down, and has been. Antibiotics, they have their purpose, but they end up tearing my stomach up. But anyway, uh, there has to be a better way. I need to learn a few things. Well, a lot's been coming out the last few days, and nothing that many of us didn't know already a couple of years ago. Some of it 3 years ago. Some of it before that. But I'm not, I guess when I first started, you know how you had hopes along the way that people were going to see the truth, and you get all excited, and then, nothing happens. I'm kind of numb to it all, and I don't trust any of it. The same people that are, bringing this stuff to light that could have easily have pushed to find some things out, not easily, but pushed and done their job, are the same people that are going to now tell us the truth. Whatever. I don't know. What a mess. I mean, it's better than it not coming out, right? So let's be grateful for that. But the repercussions are great, and I don't know if people are going to be able to handle the whole picture, because it was hard for me to handle when I didn't even know if I was right completely. I mean, I thought I was right. I bet everything on the fact that I was right. It turns out I was right, but there was still that slither of doubt, because, as a human being, can you be 100%? Probably not. But what I was discovering was not lining up to what they were saying. Let's just put it that way. So I knew there was some lying going on, so I'm not going to follow what they have to say. But so I came to this slow realization, and now that I know it was the truth, but I mean, you wish you could go back and beg people and get down on your knees, but they would have just put you in a padded cell room. I asked not to. I gave all the logical reasons as to why, including history in the 80s and AIDS and him being involved, Fauci with the AIDS epidemic and all that caused. But it wasn't good enough. But now I'm concerned about when we really grasp the realization, I'm concerned about how bad it is, or how bad it's going to be, because there's a whole bunch of things out there on the repercussions of this. And I just want the truth, because I have people I love that it's going to affect, and it is affecting and has affected. But for the isolation that they caused, the depression that they caused, the suicides that they caused, and we'll know how much medical damage that they've caused, there is no forgiveness for this necessarily. See, I've always struggled with the turn the other cheek thing, and even though I wasn't like totally indoctrinated into the church, I was around people who were. And the turn the other cheek and you don't, fight and that sort of thing, except in self-defense and that sort of thing. There's something they left out completely. You're not to harm an innocent. Somebody who's innocent. Somebody who's a good person. That's the definition of murder, is to harm an innocent person. That's the difference. And I'm not, saying whatever, but it gives me a sense of peace that if somebody were to attack me and they're not innocent, well then that doesn't go against me to defend myself. As a matter of fact, if we don't defend ourselves, there isn't going to be any good left, because they don't think twice about hurting us, obviously. And I don't think they could have made it any more obvious. I mean, the weapon was different. But, yeah. It's still, you can hear my hesitation when I'm talking. It's still hard for me to grasp that people actually do these kind of things for power and money. I was born to help people. I was born to teach. And they kept me from teaching by implementing all this garbage in these schools, to the point where it made me so sick. I mean sick. And the crazy part is that when I went back and tried again, and when I got sick. I'd always be having a knee problem, back problems, whatever stupid freaking problems. And then when I stopped the last time because of my back, I did go and take like a Z-Pack to help it. I never went through PT, and although they tried that garbage on me. And then after that, I was fine. I didn't have any problems after that. It's almost like I was surrounded by it was bad. And it was affecting me physically. Because I was fighting it. I fought for those kids. That's the only reason I stayed in as long as I did, was to fight. But I wasn't as good as I could have been, even, because it affected me. Imagine if I could teach in an environment that was just real and wholesome and true, and with kids that didn't come from places that were so bad, some of them. But at least they could behave during that time. At least we could establish some sort of discipline and give them a safe place where they could be for so many hours a day. We can't even give that to them anymore. School isn't a safe place for multiple reasons. It's not even safe for the teachers who have a conscience anymore. It's sad. It really is. And I hope that we make a turn. But if we don't handle those people that need to be handled, nothing's going to change. If we continue to put on Band-Aids, it just buys time, and then the next time it's even worse. It'll be something worse because they'll know they can't use the same thing they did last time, or they'll use something similar, but it's, people gotta realize and start thinking for themselves, and they've purposely dumbed down our populations across the world so nobody would even think for themselves. Hell, the news told them it was dangerous to do their own research. Dangerous. Dangerous to read. Dangerous to do your own research. Wow. I taught kids how to do research. I taught them how to look for proper sources, and Wikipedia wasn't it. It didn't count. And then you find the source at the end of that one, and you go look even further, and you find the source, and you find where it came from. You get it from reputable people, you check their backgrounds, etc. I was, people don't know how to do that. They don't even read anymore. And they've done that on purpose by using things like what I'm using right now. I feel so fortunate that I had up until my late 20s without these devices, so that during my formative years in my life, I learned how to do things, a lot of the things, the old way. Not enough. I wish I knew more, but more than most people, the younger people know today. They think the world started the day they can remember, and they think the world owes them something. But what they don't understand is they're being led to destroy the world. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll see where this goes. And don't let them throw you, a mouse as a sacrifice for what a whole den has done. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.